Hello and welcome to the Just Love Message. Exactly 1 year ago this week, an opportunity was provided to the body of Christ to do the work of ministry on a different level, in a different fashion, and under different conditions than had been the norm. Having been forced to close due to the pandemic, churches found themselves facing a huge dilemma. Gathering inside would potentially expose vulnerable congregants to the deadly coronavirus. And after stay-at-home orders were put in place, gatherings would actually put churches in violation of safety orders. At the same time, not gathering threatened the work and viability of churches, as congregants would be disconnected from each other and disconnected from worship, Bible study, and the preaching of the gospel. But out of that dilemma came a solution. An embracing of technology, with ministries developing an online presence in order to keep congregations connected and to meet the spiritual needs of their church communities. And as churches have continued to be closed or operate in a modified way over the last several months, the embracing of technology has, for many, resulted in greater attendance in virtual services and virtual Bible studies that had been in the church building prior to the pandemic. Which means more people, perhaps even people who did not know Jesus, have been blessed by the ministry of the church during this pandemic. That's the opportunity that the church was given a year ago, to reach more people. And one of the first leaders in our Person County community to take advantage of that opportunity was Dr. Latanya McIver Penny, pastor of New Mount Zion Baptist Church. In her Just Love story entitled Qualified, Amplified, Verified, which was published last summer, Pastor Penny explains why her church was intent on going virtual at the outset of the pandemic, even before most others had considered that move, and how they've made strides in their use of technology in order to meet the spiritual needs of their community. Pastor Penny's insightfulness, creativity, and concern for her congregation has allowed New Mount Zion to be successful in ministry despite the difficulties of the past year. She is an individual much deserving of celebration, especially in this International Women's History Month. But as Pastor Penny might be the first to say, those leadership qualities she possesses came from the women and men who had guided her throughout her life, and none more significant than her mother, Miss Phyllis McIver. Miss McIver is perhaps best known for her work as a school counselor at Southern Middle School for well over 20 years. She is also a member of the Roxborough Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, along with her daughter. But you will be able to read her full story this week as part of the Her Story in the Making 2021 series. So be on the lookout for that article as we honor a great woman who obviously influences great women. And speaking of great women, Miss McIver will be joined this week by two other honorees. April Short, an activist who put her voice to use during a turbulent summer 2020 as the president of the group PAIR, Personans Against Injustice and Racism, and Judy Bratcher, who has long been a leader in the education field here in Person County and is currently the Director of Career and Technology Education, Career and College Promise, and Early College for Person County Schools. We look forward to sharing their stories, especially considering the vital roles they've played for our community during the last 12 months. So make sure you're checking Facebook and our website for the release of those articles. Happy Women's History Month, and may God bless all our honorees and bless you too.